Hi everyone, it's good to have you back. Remember to hit like and subscribe. I'm going to hit you at the beginning of the video this time instead of the end. And that little notification bell there so you can get notifications of when I upload a new video. This is Bev from Art by Bedell, and we are on part 16 of our Who Am I lap book journal combination. And we're going to do number 9 page today. We're working with circles and on a ledger paper, and we have some of our weathered textures paper, and then we have a piece of vellum. So we're going to work with all 3 sections here today. I'm going to start with inking things up. I've already cut this one down to size. So how's your journal coming along? Are you following along and building a lap book journal combination up with me? I hope so. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to glue this in place. Before I do that, let me hit some ink on the ledger page also. My goal is to not, I'm going to be using some brads in this today, and my goal is to not have it show through to the other side, either to the vellum or to the ledger paper. So if I glue this in place, and I'm going to keep this as a pocket here. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep it as a pocket over here. May as well do here too. Anyhow, I'm going to glue this to here, then we'll attach our circles to it, and then we'll glue it down so that the brads don't show through. You'll see. So the first thing we're going to do is glue our ledger paper to our textured paper here, and we'll just do that with some Barely Art glue. We're just going to do it on the edges in case we want to have a pocket on the inside of this too, not just on the vellum side. So we'll fold it right about there, it looks like. Yep, that works. All right. Now, what we have is 3 circles made out of cardstock, and I have pre-cut those. And we're going to lay them down in a row, and then when they fold up, they're going to fold up on top of each other because we're going to have a fabric hinge. The first thing we're going to do is ink up all the edges. Front and back. And I am using brushed corduroy to do this with. It's my new favorite, especially for this journal. We'll see what we do with the next journal, but this one's going to have the brushed corduroy all the way through it. I have several of these that I'm going to do, so I'm just going to hurry through them and I'll be back. All right, so there we have it. We have our main pieces, which are the pink, and then we have this that I dyed with copy paper, and we're going to glue this on these so that we can journal on top of that. So let's get some. We'll start with Yoo-Hoo glue. Paper's a little bit textured, the pink paper, so we'll see if it sticks. So I'm forgetting our hinges. If I forget our hinges, then we'll be messed up. We have in fabric hinges, just like I used in one of the other videos. So what I want to do is take some Fabri-Tac, and let's see, this one is kind of crooked. Try to make it a little bit straighter. It doesn't want to tear. I don't want to just cut it. I like the frayed edge better than just the cut edge. There we go. Okay, so we don't need it to be that big. A little glue on it, Fabri-Tac glue. And glue that down on what's going to be the top edge. We want to line these circles right up. And then we'll put some more glue on the top part. And glue that down to the next one. And just a little space apart, maybe 1/8 of an inch, so that when they fold in nicely. So about 1/8 of an inch. I should have spread my glue around. Oh well, it'll be fine. As you can see here, they're too close together, so I need to move them apart a little bit. Not that far. Goodness, Bev. Get carried away here. There. So that's the way that one's going to go. And then we have one more to do. And again, it doesn't need to be that big. So put some glue on that. And glue that down, keeping it in line. And then we'll turn it over. It'd be better if I spread that around a little bit. And we'll put that now in line with this one. Again, about 1/4 of an inch. See, it's too close, so let's pull it apart. We want it about there. Now we can add, and I'm going to have to use Fabri-Tac because of the hinges. Can add some glue to our paper. And get that right over top of the hinges. Centered on the circle as best as you can. So that's the first one. And the second one, you'll do the same thing. And glue it right on top of the hinges in the center of that second circle. And then on the third one, we're going to take one of these coffee dyed pieces of paper, spread it all around, and put that on top of the hinge. Then we have a flower that we're going to put on this one. That's going to be our top circle. And we want to go in and just poke it right into your paper. And then we're going to take the brad, because I put a brad between the 3 layers of flowers. We take the brad and open it up. Actually, no, we're going to go all the way through because we're going to be putting another piece of paper on the back. So, sorry, let me do this right. We already have that on there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our, okay, I've got this. I can do this. We're going to put some paper. We want to attach our flower so we can cover it up with paper. So we have to attach our flower first. Take our pokey thing, figure out where you want your flower to sit. You can have it sitting right in the middle if you want. I'm going to have mine sitting, let's see, up to the top a little bit. So right about here. And poke the brad through. And then open it up. So that does our, this side. This one is the front of that one. And it's gonna close like this. It's gonna come down like this. So now let's turn it over. And on the back side of the top one, add some of the coffee dyed paper. To cover up that brad. And we'll do the same thing down below these, on the other side of these. These are all so we can journal on. This one we don't have to. It's going to be glued to our page. And down here. So let's glue it down. To the bottom. About there. Yeah, I need to wipe my hands off. Some of that sticky glue off. Maybe. It just wants to stick right to us, which is a good thing, I guess. That it's sticky, not that it sticks to us, but that it's sticky. Okay. So the next part that we want to do to this is to attach our brads that we have. So this is going to close like this, but we need a way to hold it into place. So got a little glue on the outside of that. I don't want that glued yet. So we have this like this, and we have these little, I don't know what they're called, but with a brad, choose where we want to put them. So we have 3 of them. Let's put one here at the bottom. And these little things will swing open to release our little journal spot. And we're going to open that up on the back side. It turns in like that. Probably could get away with 2 of them, one here and one up here. So up here we want to add another one about right here. Take our little tiny brad and whatever these things are called, and put it through our hole we poked. open it up. And then we put that over top of our circles. It's giving me fits. There we go. And that keeps it all in place for us. So when our book is open or shut, this will stay in place. I think 2 is enough for that. So because we have Brad showing here, this is why I did this way. I'm going to glue this page all down now on top of this page. Just like that. And that does leave a little pocket here should we want to add something in there, which we might. All right, so to open it up, you just swivel those out. To close it, you just push them back, and it holds it all in place. Okay? So now, I'm going to take my vellum and I'm going to roughly tear an edge on this. I could use my paint trimmer, but I don't want it to be straight. I want it to be crooked. Okay, then we're going to take our ink and ink that up. Both sides. Okay, and then right along this edge of our ledger paper, we're going to add some. I think the Bearly art makes the vellum stick. We'll see. We're going to add a thin line of glue. And glue the vellum to the ledger paper. We're going to find out here shortly whether it's going to stick to the vellum or not. All right, that creates a really nice pocket right here. We have our flower here. So we can see whatever we put in this pocket on the back side of the vellum. I have chosen to use this packaging, and I'm going to make like a notepad out of it by turning it upside down. But on the back side, we're going to, or maybe it'll be the front side so we can see what we've done here. We'll see. We're going to decorate it so that when we see it through here, like this, it'll go in here like this. We want this to look pretty, so we see something nice in there. Okay, so we got to decorate that up pretty nice. That's going to be our paper pad. So to cover this up, use some of these different papers here. Let's use our cleanup paper. Actually, on the bottom of that, I'll just have the paper that we're going to journal on. Let's use this on the back side of it. don't have to go way to the edge because this packaging has some really nice color on it. And then we'll ink up the edge of that also. And that will cover the back of this tag, just like that. So let's get some glue on that and glue that down. Our bone folder to get out any air bubbles. We missed the corner down here. Totally missed it. There. So this is top side. Let's put some more of this paper on this top side. And again, it doesn't matter if some of this shows. Actually, I kind of like some of that showing. Do you suppose he had in mind when they did the packaging that he was creating something that we could recycle, reuse? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, put that down so that we can see that. Right there, that's Bubbles. They're pretty cool. Bubbles, that's the name of our kitty. All right. Going to use this coffee stain paper, the same as what we used on our circles. We're going to start with, okay, that's going to have to be covered too because it's going to flip up. Let me think about this for a second. I kind of like all this here. What if we just did this, left this like this? What if, right? What if? Do that right down. And then we'll put a piece up here too. Okay, since that's white, let's take our ink and get rid of that. Now let's figure out, rid of this white also. How we want to add our notepad. I don't know why this is stumping me. Just have a flap over top of it. And just figure out how many pieces we want here. Take our paint trimmer and trim us some sheets of paper here. That's about right. I think 3 pieces will be enough for this. And of course they're too long, so we'll have to trim the length off a little bit too. There. And it doesn't matter if it's a little off. So, thinking we better ink up all of these. I want to go keep that down so these fold up maybe, or have that open and then they fold up. I'm going to go across with the sewing machine and stitch across here. I'll be right back. All right, so then fold these up a little bit. Okay, I don't mind being a little off, but this is a little bit carried away. So so much franking up all the edges, right? Okay. Now, some of this pretty paper on here. Do a little collaging here. And figure out what we can use to put on here for an embellishment. We have a flower over there, so I think we should stick with a flower. Maybe it doesn't have to be one of those ones. Or we can do some words. Let's use another one of these from My Porch Prints. Just labels. And cut this out. I'm not sure I'm going to use it. This is from Pixie Dust Files, and they're also on Etsy, and these are printables. This is a purple flower. You would think I would have had enough of purple after the last one, right? And I think I'm going to cut this off like right next to that line rather than keeping it a rectangle. Anyhow, I was thinking maybe of putting that across here, maybe with a number. We could go this direction also. Having it flip up like that. I think I kind of like that. Let's ink up the back though. We don't want to see the white. Here, that like that. It gets a flower on there for us. And put some lace or something underneath, or even a piece of the fabric that we made our hinge out of would be nice. Yes, I think that would be nice. So a piece of that and a piece of lace. Don't want to hide up our fabric completely. There, or there wouldn't be any sense in putting it on there, right? So, is that enough? I think that's good. Let's get this added on here. Okay, so that's all good. Open it up. I'm not going to put anything there. Should I there? I do know that, let's take the book. I want one of these sides to be peeking through. And I don't think it's going to be this side, because when that's peeking through, if I've journaled on there, then that's what's showing. So it's going to be this side. So this side will have to dress it up a little bit. And we can dress it up with some different paper to start with. So if we had an extra circle, we can add a circle on here. That would be nice. Doesn't always have to be rectangles, right? And I'm thinking whatever we put on here should be as flat as possible so that it doesn't get hung up going into that pocket. So I'm not so sure about the lace thing, unless we have something flat. But I want to put that circle there. Like that. And thinking here. Good. That's dictionary paper. Let's get something different. And we had a flower there, a flower there. Let's do another flower here. What if cut out the rose? Kind of like the pussy willow too. I think that's what we're going to go with. right, so I decided just to glue this down here. And I do want a word on there, but I'm not sure what I'm journaling on this page yet. So again, I'm going to finish that off when I decide what else I'm doing here. But for now, that will look nice. To see through in our vellum pocket. Just like that. Like that, guys. So we have done, in our book at this moment, we have done 1, 2, that took 2 pages to do this one technique. And I maybe will put something on the outside of this, a word on the outside of this, so that it's, yeah, I think I will, when I do the journaling and I decide what this page is going to be about. Right now, I don't know what it's going to be about. So we have a paper pad in here. Do we need anything in there? I think it actually is bulky enough. I don't know, guys. I don't know whether to add more to this or not. I like to open these. It's just something interactive and fun to play with. You can open them up. You can journal here and here and here. You can journal here and here. How fun is that? Let's do a little bit of script on those to dress them up a little bit. That helps. They were looking a little bit naked. And on the back side also. That's better. Much better. Do we want to put a little script on our flower blossoms? Or on our flower petals here? Oh yeah, we do. Yep, we do. That looks pretty cool too. Okay, and then we'll lay it back down, close it back up. You might have to lift those up just a little bit. I think I'll save this spot for a picture. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Put a picture there. Okay, so there we have another page in our Who Am I journal done. And thank you for watching again. And I hope you'll come back for next time. If you're not getting notices, make sure you hit that little bell and subscribe. So you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye now.